What up, everybody? This is Star from Star Delta 9. I am coming at you Sunday morning from my porch with a DIY. Yes, I am. Listen, I don't know if any of you make soap, but if you do, and you find yourself in a position where you need larger soap molds and you just can't afford the extra cost right now, then DIY yourself a couple. Now, I will tell you the measurements for mine. They are 18 inches long by 3.5 wide by 2.5 tall. I made 2 of them. They stack very, very beautifully on top of one another for storage. I'll show you. Just like that. I put knobs on both ends. Now I'll show you what I did. I cut an 18-inch piece for the bottom and for both sides, and 2 pieces for the end at 3.5 wide by 2.5 tall. So I had a total of 5 pieces per box. I drew a line right here, and that just told me that the adjacent piece of wood that I was going to pre-drill the hole for my screw was going in the correct place, and I wasn't going to split my wood. And I put 3 on this side. I flipped it over and I put 3 on this side. And then on this end, I put 1 on the bottom and 2 on the sides of both sides. So you're able to bang down your soap and get all of the air out. And you can stack them, like I said, for storage if you make 1 or 2 at a time. And I had enough wood left over to where I was able to make a lid for them both. But if you stack them, you would only need the 1 lid, and they came out beautiful. It took me about 22 minutes and $13. So I'm going to tell you the supplies that I used and give you a couple tips that I learned while I was doing my research and watching videos on how to make these. These molds that I made 2. They will hold 5 pounds of soap. I usually will pop my soap because of the molds that I have currently are not very thick, and therefore I want my color to stay vibrant and keep my soda ash down. So I generally would pop them and blanket them and put them in the oven to keep the colors vibrant and to keep that soda ash down. Now, as you can see, I don't want that one to fall over. As you can see, these are thicker on the side walls, so therefore I won't have to pop them anymore, and I can just put the lid over it, put it on the counter, and let it go through gel phase, and it should turn out just as if I had blanketed it and popped it in the oven. So the things that you will need is, I didn't know if you go to your local hardware store, they will cut wood for you. So what you will need is, if they cut your wood, you will not need a jigsaw. If you cut your wood, then you need a jigsaw, a drill, a pencil, a tape measure. I got 1 piece of wood, birch wood, 1 inch thick by 3.5 wide by 12 inches long. And I made 3, like I said, 3 18-inch pieces and 4 3.5 by 2.5 pieces. And I bought 4 knobs, and I bought some stain. Okay, the wood screws are number 8. I bought 25 of them, and they're 1 1/2 inch, and that's it. And they came together very quickly, maybe 20-25 minutes tops. I will post some pictures in the video so you can see how easily they came together. A couple of things I wanted to mention. When I do soap molds in birch wood like this, I line the inside with freezer paper. Some people use silicone molds. I use silicone molds too, but when I don't use a silicone mold, I put freezer paper in. Through my research, when I was out there looking at videos on how to make one, or to make bigger ones, because I needed something to hold 5 pounds, and I was seeing a lot of people that were taking and gluing the sides and the bottom and the end pieces together with wood glue, which is totally fine to do, but during my research and watching videos and really reading about a lot of this, there's a chemical reaction that takes place in glue that you use, no matter what kind of glue it is. If you get your soap up to a gel phase temperature, it creates an activation in that glue and it releases those chemicals in your soap. So if you're making a birch or pine mold and you're gluing it, just know not to put it through CPOP, that's all. So you don't activate any of those chemicals in the glue. It was super, super easy to make. It didn't take me long at all. And I just wanted to share it with you guys and let you know that you can soap on a dime. You can make your own molds. And you can DIY a bunch of your own things. I not only made one, I made two gorgeous soap molds. They stack beautifully on top of one another for storage when they're empty or when I'm using them. So let's say I have two orders and I do the bottom one, I put the top one on top, then I can just put them on the counter the way they are. They're beautiful. They turned out great. Now I know if you purchase one of these, they retail anywhere from $43 to $68 depending on who you purchase them from. The knobs cost me 98 cents and I bought 4. The screws, I bought 25 of them, and I think it was $2.60, and they were number 8s at 1 1/2 inch, and the wood was 1 inch by 3.5 wide by 12 inches long, and that was $4.67, and the stain is nothing. Now, if you're staining your molds, just stain the outside, don't stain the inside. You're going to line it with freezer paper anyway so your soap doesn't stick. So don't waste that beautiful stain on the inside. Just stain the outside if the birch wood color is bothering you. I actually like the pretty color of the birch wood, and I think it makes it kind of a rustic look or something. But I may stain the lids or the outside, we'll see. But I wanted to share with you guys my DIY and let you know that it can be done on a dime. One plant, one love, one tree, right? Hey, do me a solid on your way out. Hit that thumbs up. Share this video. You never know who's looking for a soap mold. A soap mold, no less, for $13. Yeah, not 1, 2. 2. You saw it here on Delta First. Cheaters. Leave a comment below.